This is the SCX10 III Gladiator. This is the Axial Capra. And their wheelbase is pretty close. 2.3 and 3 kilos. How much better is this than this? The rocks are drier, so how about we throw this around the 10 gate course, we'll use the dig, because I remember it this time, then put these wheels and tires onto this and do the same course. I'm interested to see just how big the difference is between these two. And if you are too, stick around. Time starts now for the Axial Capra on the 10 gate course, where every reverse counts, every gate touch counts, with the aim being to finish the course within 5 minutes. The lowest score wins. Both rigs start at 0. And there's a bonus gate as well that lets you claim some points back. Now here's where the dig comes in handy. I'm not actually driving at any kind of urgent comp speed here. We're just being very careful, because as much as time matters, a perfect score matters more. Oh, this is such a sketchy little bit of rock. There we go, the dig saves the day. Mostly. Oh, this is actually uncomfortable. Nope, it's a gate touch. Nope, it is what it is. Time's back on. There's almost no excuse for any gate touch with this rig, really. We really should be able to just eat this whole course. However, my usual excuse applies here. Filming, keeping the thing in frame, watching the time, and commentating, and driving a rig I'm not familiar with, all adds up to a less than ideal situation for driving. But again, time is secondary to points. Points are really what it's all about. Time's back on, we're just past the 2-minute mark. This ought to be interesting. I just realised you guys can't see properly. You know? I'm a little worried actually. I've got the dig engaged, but it's not engaging. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's a gate touch, but time's back on. Probably should get a move on, really. That was tidy, no problems there. Time's back on. So, oh, the servo is still good. I wonder what happened before. It wasn't engaging for some reason. This is actually quite a difficult little corner for wide rigs. Okay, we are at gate 8. This was a horribly slow lap. We're at 4 minutes. Time's back on. Now with a minute still on the clock, that is ample. As long as you're driving competently. This should not be a problem. It's a reverse, but we'll use it. Oh, touched the gate on the finish. That was a pretty shameful run actually. Time starts now for the Axial SCX10 III Gladiator. It's been on the course before, yes, but now it has the Capra's wheels and a functional dig. But the same problematic length. The same slow stock servo. Hey, now that, my friends, that's a dig at work. And if we're very careful, we would have missed it, but we weren't enough. Time's back on. That was a bit untidy, I'm sorry, but, well, this is not a Capra, put it that way. It's such a long vehicle. Now, in my intro, we missed it, look at that. Ugh. Time's back on. Now, in my intro, you saw the wheelbase wasn't that different, but the Capra has nearly a naked approach and departure angle. Oh dear, we're stuck and it's all gone wrong. The diff is stuck on this rock. Not much that can be done about that, except to lift it up maybe, and very, very carefully drag it around. The dig saving the day, hopefully, if it's going to save it at all. And it might. We're going to eat the gate, but that's okay. There we go. There we go. Well, the dig made that a lot less untidy. There we go. So the dig definitely has its place on this long rig, and it needs all the help it can get, honestly. Time's back on at 2:06. So even though the wheelbases are similar, the extra overhang at each end of the car really detracts from its crawling ability. Time's back on, 2:21 it was when I hit it. Now having said that, the length is a problem, but it's not a world-ending problem. The implementation of the dig in this car really helps make up for length, and you might very reasonably argue that I was being unfair on it by not using the dig when I first tested this. Oh, we touched the gate, so we'll touch it properly. The dig failed. The dig failed before I could even use it in the actual review. That was a factory configuration problem. Time's back on, and that meant that we weren't able to use the rig maybe quite as it was intended. And the dig really does make a difference. We didn't touch the gate, it looked like it, but we didn't. Just pause, time's back on, 3:22. Now, I've got to be cautious here, I'll need some acceleration now. There. Of course, the length of the vehicle might mean that we get stuck anyway, and that could have been a terrible mistake coming in here. But maybe the dig will save us. Oh, it did. Oh, we touched gate out, what a shame. Okay, we have just over a minute, so of course we're going to use it. Oh, shouldn't have done that. There we go. I'll pause and bring you closer. Time's back on at 4:15. So length is an issue here, but even though it's hampered by that, having decent tyres makes such a difference. In this case, we've made it. Oh, yuck. Okay, pausing time. Okay, we recovered from that. We're at 4:42. And as long as we're careful, we'll get across the line. So what a difference rubber makes. That's all I've done. It's even worse than it was because we've got that light on top and we're through. This was a successful experiment. The SCX10 III Gladiator finished the course, including the bonus gate, just under time. We touched a couple of gates and so the Capra beat it, but it finished, including the bonus. Just how good would the other trucks be if we stuck these tyres onto them as well? I suppose that's an experiment we need to do, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what I've got coming up. We'll throw some good shoes on each of the trucks and we'll see just what performance is down to the trucks and what's down to the rubber. Because as evidence today, even a long, unwieldy beast like this guy had stunning results. So thanks for joining me today on the rocks, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon when we start playing with tyre choices, because I think that might be a whole can of worms to open and get right down into. I'll catch you then. Because I think that might be a whole kettle of worms. Because I think that might be a whole, what's the saying? Time starts now for the Axial can of worms. Ugh.